Hello and welcome to your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, Salad Green Boy. My name is Nigel Mayo, and today you are going to be taken through the live updates for the last week of a £250 to marathon ready journey. Now, before we get started on this, I just want to say that if you are thinking of getting into your own regime, whether it be exercise, new diet, or anything like that, then please consult a doctor, clinician, dietist, or anything like that so that you can make the best choices for your own health. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physiotherapist or anything like that. I'm just a guy who's just started the journey. Now, with that said, why would anyone follow me if I'm not a physiotherapist or anything like that? The two main reasons I'm putting all this on YouTube is so that one, I can give myself some accountability. So if I'm putting out, say, a short, which I'm doing every single day, then there's the responsibility to be able to do the exercise and put that out every day. So it's a good way of getting myself out. And how this relates to you as the viewer, you can actually watch technically live a whole journey from start to finish from something like £250. I mean, even if it's say from 300, 400, whatever, then it's a real actual journey you're following. And if you want any kind of affirmation or any kind of let's go kind of thing, motivation, that's the word I was after, then you can use this as a kind of standard, really. And yeah, let's do this together. So, week 3 was an interesting one. So what I'll actually be doing, I will be giving you a weighing, but I'm going to be doing that a little later because I don't just want to update you on a weight. It'll be good to have some context so that it's not like, oh, it's doing some exercise, so obviously it must be losing the weight. No, there are other things that other factors that come into it. So I'd like to take you through them and give you a bit more of a full story. So again, if it's something that you want to do, the same thing as me, then you can make a decision on whether it's right for you or not. And it's also information you can take to your doctor and say, would it be a good idea if I do this? So, sorry again, I'm just going to start with my notes here. So with this week, it's been an interesting one, and I'm really pleasantly surprised at what's actually happened. Not necessarily for the weighing, which I'll get to later, but how I felt and the way that the exercise itself has actually gone. So, what I've been doing is walking on the days that I am not exercising. I mean, it does say to do a complete rest, but to be quite frank, well, if I were to be frank, I'd have to change my name. I was actually quite restless for those days. So what I've been doing now this week is I've been jogging on the spot as well as walking. So I might jog on a spot for like 10 minutes or so, and then the rest of it I'll walk just to give myself an outlet for the energy. So with that said, when it came to the actual days running for the Couch to 5K that I'm doing right now, to go at the end of week 2, it was actually quite difficult. I was huffing and puffing and all that kind of stuff, but when it came to the end of the week, I wouldn't necessarily say tired, but my muscles were aching and all the rest of it so much at the end of the last session that I'm glad I got through it. But I felt to go from what I was doing, where it was 90 seconds of running and 90 seconds of running and 2 minutes of walking, and it keeps going throughout the half an hour that I was doing it. For the week 3, it's just gone up to 3 minutes of running, or say jogging, because I'm not quite ready for the actual running yet. And I think it's 2 minutes of walking. Now, when I did my first jog, which was on Monday, quite pleasantly surprised that I felt the same way in doing that for a longer jog than I did at the end of week 2, where it was a shorter jog. That surprised me, but that tells me that my muscles are getting better, my metabolism's going up, my stamina is getting better. So there you go. In fact, not yesterday, today when I done the second run, actually I felt myself getting into that kind of sweet spot. So when you first start doing the running session or jogging session or whatever you're doing, you kind of get aches and pains in your muscles and it feels really difficult. And then once that wall has kind of been run or pushed through, you start to kind of feel this nice kind of burn in your muscles, and you feel that you can kind of settle down with it and kind of go the long haul with it. And this was the case now. And what I felt was, especially today, that the 3 minutes, sorry, was it 3 minutes? 3 minutes of any kind of jogging or anything during this half an hour, I felt that that wasn't enough and I could do more. I didn't, because I felt maybe that might be dangerous. Maybe they've made up these kind of Couch to 5K programs for a reason, and there is a reason in the way that they constructed it so it's not to hurt yourself. So I didn't go anymore, but honestly, if I absolutely had to, I feel that I really could have, and that amazed me, considering like the first week where I was just walking for an hour. That took my breath away a little bit. I'm used to walking anyway though, so it wasn't that much of a big deal, but there's no way that I thought that I could do a 3 minute continuous jog, not run, but jog. That was never going to happen, so that I can do it now in week 3 under this Couch to 5K program. Really, oh my god, like wow. So that said, that has given me the confidence to go from 3 minutes to 5 minutes next week for the 4th week of it, because I believe there's like 90 seconds of walking, there's like a 3 minute thing where you're jogging, and then it ramps up to 2 or 3 5-minute sessions during the half an hour where it's a 5 minute from start to finish, and you just don't stop. And I actually feel that I can be ready for it next week. I feel that jogging on a spot has helped, because I thought that if I'm jogging outside when I've got forward momentum, I feel that if I'm doing that on the spot, which is a bit easier, then it will give me the ability to be able to do that while I'm actually jogging like round the circuit. And with that said, even though I'm going a longer distance, because my muscles are getting bigger, I guess, I'm able to do a full circuit, because the track that I've got is actually around a big property, and it kind of starts at the top, it slowly goes down, and then goes around the back, and then very quickly picks up and goes round again. And I've always started at the top part, went down, and then kind of hung around the bottom bit when I've been doing the jogging session. And I feel now, like today was the first time that I've done the whole circuit, and like, oh my god, I can do this. So the gradual add a bit more running each time, it really does work. And I'm not just saying that, oh, I want you to subscribe to this Couch to 5K thing. I mean, from this experience, and you can go through the shorts through, I think it's day 22 now, it has actually really worked, and it's like, wow. So that's been a really, really, really big surprise for me. Now that said, it hasn't just been the running. So again, I've been jogging on the spot intermittently. My water, I've gone from 4 or 5 bottles every day to around 6 to 7 bottles, because I've actually felt, 1, a lot more thirsty, 2, I'm working out a lot harder now through these jog arounds, and because the temperature's also gone up from, I think it was like 30 to 40 at the start of the day Fahrenheit, to about 60, between 60 and 80 now. That's a big jump, so I'm really having to start to hydrate properly. And speaking of which, bear with me. So when I actually weighed myself, the changes that had happened I can go through with you before I get to the actual weight. Um, because it's one of those weighing scales where it's got Bluetooth on it, and it connects to the phone, and it also takes a lot more readings like visceral fat and stuff, which is the fat that's actually in the belly, like bone density and BMI and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to take you through a couple of things and the kind of changes that this kind of jogging, jogging and walking has really done for me. So the visceral fat has gone down. For the first time in forever. The skeletal muscle, which is an interesting one. The skeletal muscle is the muscle on the bones, which is why it's called skeletal, and that's the one where if you're going to want to burn fat, that is the muscle that needs to grow. So that's gone down slightly. Not really much else has changed. The amount of fat and everything has gone down a little bit, but again, spoilers for later on. As far as eating wise, I'm actually doing quite well with that. So I've been going into intermittent fasting. That's not a case of I go a whole day without eating or anything like that. So I'm limiting myself to eating no earlier than 10 in the morning and no later than, say, somewhere between 3 and 4 of the afternoon, so that there's a good like 16 hours or whatever it is before eating periods, so the body has a good amount of time, and not necessarily just during the night but during the day as well, where it's still eating at that visceral belly fat as opposed to storing it or anything like that. So when I do actually start to eat again, my weight won't just fly up or anything like that. So that's good. And what I have been eating is one, oatmeal. Now, when I say oatmeal, I mean natural oatmeal. I don't mean any of this Quaker oats or anything like that, where it's like you can put it in a microwave and it's done in like a few minutes and it's like quick cook. Because usually there's either additives or they put sugar and stuff in, where that's the kind of thing you want to do without. I go for natural steel cut oats. So I do oatmeal. Sorry, I do a cup of it in a cup measurer of the oatmeal, and I do an equal amount cup of whole milk. Now, it's whole milk is only it's only just because it's the milk that we get. I did try it with almond milk, but because it has soya in it, I reacted bad to it, and I actually forgot to read the label, so that was a no. But thing is, still, milk, the whole milk has more protein in it anyway as the other types of milk anyway, so that's a good thing for the muscles to help build them. So when I eat later on, I don't have too much, but I have protein. So I have things like chicken, pork, stuff like that, and a few carbs. So I have like some kind of pasta, maybe some potato, something like that, and it does fill me. And the first couple of days when you start it, it is a bit of a challenge because you're always hungry. After the first week or so, it kind of calms yourself down, and it kind of, and I'm not kind of saying that this is a good thing to experience, but you kind of get used to the hunger and it doesn't bother you anymore, and it kind of gets manageable. So as you are fasting, when you eat the whole meal regardless of how there is, instead of maybe leaving a bit and kind of feeling guilty like, why didn't I eat so much, etc, etc. You're finishing that meal when you're doing this type of fasting. So again, it's not the whole day, but it's a good amount of time between the last meal of one day and the first meal the next day. So I've mentioned the heat, waters. Oh yeah, so while I am actually doing this exercise, I'm actually drinking two full bottles. This is half a litre, 2 bottles of water, as opposed to before this heat wave. Well, I want to call it a heat wave. It's just spring and summer, I guess. I was only drinking the one, so that's gone way up. Uphill, full circuit. Yeah, so I think that's all about covered as far as what's actually been happening. As far as the changes in how I actually feel, now bear in mind when I give you this weight reading, you'll kind of understand why. So before I started all this, when I've been walking around, or even when I started doing the first jog, um, I really felt the weight that I was carrying around. Felt my belly weight. Well, not necessarily the actual belly, but on my legs and feet, I could actually feel it. And I think anyone who's as heavy as this or heavier will know what I'm talking about. You feel the sack of potatoes that is your body. You really do. Now that I've, spoilers, lost a little bit of weight, I'm not exactly feeling like I'm on a cloud or I'm flying or anything, but it's definitely got a lot more manageable. I don't feel it as much. I do feel that I can go faster, longer when doing stuff. My back, that's the big thing. My back doesn't feel like it's hurt anywhere near as bad as it has before. And I'm talking for years, absolute years. So that's not necessarily just the fact that I've lost the weight, but because on the first week I was just walking, there's some core muscles that support your back, which if you're doing a lot of walking, those muscles will grow, as opposed to running not so much. But when you do a lot of walking, you'll do the cores that support back, get certain muscles that like get you moving and like able to kind of, do everything properly, so you can flex and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's been good, and my mood has got better for other reasons as well. There's a huge stress in my life that isn't present at the moment, which, I'm not really going to get into it, but it's a big help, especially when doing an exercise regime like this. Exercising and running around, as you do it, you do kind of sort thoughts, feelings, and your mind kind of goes somewhere else. So, and it's also, well, I say aphrodisiac, but emotional aphrodisiac, I could probably say, where you sort things out in your mind, and it kind of distance yourself from everything else, and you kind of go in your own world. So yeah, there's some big stresses in my life that's not present in my life at the moment, and it's really helped me get to some kind of okay place as far as the things I do like my routines during the day, doing exercise and stuff. There's a bit more confidence in things. Yeah. So with that being said, unfortunately, I haven't found a good audio file to do a drum roll, so I'll do a countdown 3, 2, 1, and I'll give you the weight. So, as you can probably tell, if anyone watching or is watching the replay knows that I've been doing all these shorts that is £250 to Boston Marathon, or say Marathon Ready. So that was the start weight, and that's after like 20 odd days now. The weight that I am now, 240.1 pounds from 250 point, I think it was 6 or something like that. So in the last 20 days or so, it's 22 days now. So if there was a bang, that was me hitting the keyboard by accident. 240 pounds. So that's 10 pounds that I've lost in about 20 days or so. Doesn't sound like much. I have lost water weight in the first week or so, which it shot down, and then it's kind of gone like that a little bit. But let's put it this way: £10 is a dress size, and my belt has been a little bit tighter these days. My clothes have started to fit a little better. They've covered a bit more of my belly than they have been, and it feels really good. And I'm really happy that I started doing this. Anyway, I think that's about it. So yeah, if on the replay, if anyone has any more questions, anything that you feel I haven't covered during this, then please leave it in the comment section. And if you One moment. Oh, sorry. Yes, I just got a comment. Thank you very much. So Mr. No Party, well, why aren't you partying? Um, I'm from Birmingham in England, UK. So I am living in the US, but I am from England in the UK, right in the back, smack bang in the centre, second city, not London. I've been living in the UK for about a year now. So, yeah. Any other questions? Just write my way in the comments in the replay. Um, unless you want anything answered now. While that goes on, so if you want to follow this journey, and so Mr. No Party, it's always a party with no party. You can't have a party. You can't have no party without a party. Let's just put it that way. Hot Pepper, hello. How you doing? You're coming in quite late. It's been about half an hour, but okay. So what I do, I just repeat myself a little bit. So I've just stated that I've gone from £250, which is about 3 weeks ago, and I've just got down to 240. So that's £10 that I've just lost. Just pure, well, not purely, but once a day. It's only about half an hour. I've weightless party. Am I right? Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Are you doing anything? Okay, so some African guy question. No, it isn't halal. I'm not a Muslim. I know that you don't have to be a Muslim to, not eat or not eat halal, but that's not part of my diet. I never have eaten that. Yeah. So, oh yes, he does make his appearance now and then. Let me just change the camera around a little bit. There you go. Here's my little ghosty boy. Yep, his name's Ghost, and he is 4 years old, and he's one of the reasons why I'm able to do something like this, because he's been nothing but a rock for me. Yes, he is an emotional support animal, not in a weird way. So I'm just going to keep him here. Yes, actually, you would have thought so. Here's a party bunny, kind of. When he gets excited or overexcited, or if I have anything for him, he just goes absolutely mental, and he kind of tries to destroy everything in this room. He doesn't have any kind of cage or anything. He's completely free roam. Hopefully he'll turn around very shortly. He helps me in my emotional health. Now, before I moved to England, I was living alone. I mean, I have been married for like 8 years or so, but we're currently still going through visa processes where I'm still trying to, make everything official with my wife so I can work and all of that, get the green card properly. As far as he's concerned, I rescued him one day, and I was taking him home, and I was going to have to find another home for him, but the second that I had him in my life, I just couldn't let him go. You ever peanut butter your rabbit? No. I don't think they can have nuts or peanuts or anything like that. I don't think so. No, just salad, hay, bananas, dry bananas, berries, things like that. Yeah, so I had a secondary rabbit once, but he was so old that he died. But Ghost has been basically my rock. I never had my own pet before him. There was pets in the house that I lived in with my grandparents, but after I moved out, I haven't actually had any kind of sole like animal to look after. So his yeah. I learned everything of how to take care of him from YouTube, and the rest is pretty much history. Honey works too. Really? I didn't know he could give. rabbit's honey? Do you have to dry it or something, or what? Because I've never heard of that. I know there's certain things that, I mean, I very rarely do a giving carrots. Ooh, excuse me. Um, but if you give them too much of anything like that, and especially like apples and stuff, I mean, they do love that kind of thing, but because of like sugars and natural sugars and things in it, it puts their it makes their digestional system stop, and their digestion only goes one day. They don't vomit or anything like that. So if their GI tract, gastrointestinal tract, if that stops, then you got to take him to the vet, and you know they could die and things like that. Yeah, good looking bunny. If only he will turn around. Who wants me to give him a treat so that he will? And who wants to see him flop around? Let me know in the... Or who wants me to pick him up? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, no sugar. Because there's certain things that he can eat them, but it's just so much sugar that if I give too much of it, he'll basically get sick. So I don't do that kind of stuff. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to trick him. Bear with me. You can still hear me through the microphone here. It's not got any wires or anything, and I do apologise. I'm in shorts because it's chuffing well hot in here. So I'll just see if I can get him a few treats. There you go. Here you go. Here, boy. There you go. All in there, thingy. Good boy. There you go. There you go. There you are. It's a party now, eh? Yeah. So it doesn't actually let me do this very often, but on the odd occasion, there you go. I think this is actually the first time I've got him on a live stream. Yeah, what a good boy. He does tend to get nervous, so I don't want to have him too long. He might urinate. But he seems okay. Yeah. Any other questions about him? Yeah, really good boy. He's actually a what do you call it? It's actually what do you call it when different types of breeds like do it to create something else? It's interbreed. So oh, cross, that's it. So his part giant lop and his part lion head. The lion head part of him is because he's got this huge like mane, like his own hair kind of thing, which we do kind of style from time to time. But yeah, he's between a lion head and a giant lop. So if he weren't giant lop and it's just basically two lion heads mating, he'd be like half of the size he is now. He's actually 4 years old, and I've had him since he was 5 weeks old. Yeah, Lionhead. Literally because he's sorry. There you go. I'll try and go around. There you go. Good boy. Sorry, I'll try and make sure that the microphone's out of his fur. But yeah, his emotional support. Well, we started off as an emotional support animal, but after the years, he's probably the closest thing I have to a son at the moment. He's a really, really good boy. We do take him out, like outside, and he's got his own harness and stuff like that. So we do tend to take him out for a while. Yeah, and he still hops around and stuff. Oh yeah, one good thing you can give to bunnies are dandelions. They love those things, and dandelions are really good for his digestive health as well. They actually, it's like humans having fiber. It's really good for keeping things moving through the system. Yeah, good boy. Say hello. No, just want to say hello. There you go. There you go. That's a better picture. Good boy. There you go. See, he even winks at everyone. Yeah, I mean, stuff like, doing all this kind of weight loss thing as well. It's always to make sure that, like, I'm not, hang on, I can do it this one-handed, giggity. It's also to make sure that, I'm nice and healthy to be able to take care of this guy, because I don't want it to be that I'm all depressed and stuff and I can't take care of him. So all this exercise is good for you to be able to take care of him, and because bunnies run really fast, especially if they're scared and stuff. If I take him out on the harness, I can actually keep up with him. Yes. Oh, Mr. No Party, can you just confirm? I thought there was some background music on. Let me just double check that. It might have stopped. I can hear it going in my headphones, but if you can't hear it, let me just turn it up. Okay, so everyone, how's that? Is that too loud? So I live with my wife. She is a little camera shy. Very rarely would I actually have her on. I think I had her on once to do a live stream when I was celebrating 1 year of this channel. I do live with my wife's family. Okay. Can you hear the music now? Let me just turn it down in my headphones. I put it on halfway, so just let me know if that's too much and I'll put it down to like a quarter again. Virginia, I know you just said you can hear it, but is it loud? Can you still hear me properly, or is it like can you hear me properly over the music is what I'm asking. So yeah, I live with my wife's family. Not gonna be forever, but right now we're just sorting things out in our own lives, and once yeah, good. Once we're out, we're out. Good. I know you can probably hear me very loud through this. I was just very nervous because I'm hearing it through here, the music and everything. I didn't know whether it will be way too loud for the audience, so I'm really happy with that. Hot Pepper, I do not have kids yet. That should theoretically be rectified in the future, regardless of whether they're mine or foster or any other way. But yeah, I am thinking of having kids. But at the moment, this little guy here, his yeah, peanut butter music. Not sure how that would go. Sure, I'll Google it. Unfortunately, he doesn't dance. He might like go around in circles and stuff if I try to go with his treats, but after I just picked him up now, there's no way he'd let me near him. He doesn't actually like being picked up. I've done it quite a lot recently, so he's getting used to it a little bit. But yeah, see how he's got the kind of the fringe there that you can kind of style a little bit. I will not eat him when he dies. I will bury him or cremate him when he dies. He deserves a good burial because he's a good boy. He will be alive for quite a long time. Bunnies, they tend to, if you cage them up and stuff and they get stressed because of that, they don't really live too long, like a couple of years. But if you really treat it right like this, they can be like 14 to 15 years. I think even close to 20, believe it or not. I might stuff him. I might stuff him and put him in the back of my my YouTube videos. Who knows? Yeah, you can at least wait advice, my friend. This is life. Of course it is. Michael, should I tell you on a pet? Um, yeah, I've heard that people eat their pets in some cultures. I have heard of that, but it's not something that I'm comfortable with. I would rather either give him a proper burial, or I mean, because he is like a son to me, he really is. Either give him a proper burial, or I'd stuff him. I'd stuff him and put him on a plank or something and put him on a shelf, and you can see him in the back of my videos. It's like he is like this. There you go, boy. I'm gonna get up close. There you go. Wait. Okay, if we can keep all of this above board and respectful each other, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, does anyone have any other questions? Because I'm not going to be on here too long with this guy about the £250 to Marathon Ready. Any questions at all, I'm happy to answer. Yeah, there you go. Good boy. Okay, I've just hidden that guy now. Please do not write comments like that. That's not the kind of channel I have. How light am I trying to get? I'm trying to get my BMI so that I'm not obese and that I'm a comfortable thing. So it would be about £170, I believe. So in total, to go from 250, I'd have to lose £80, pretty much, and that's basically going to make me nice, fit, and slender. That's why I'm the MC. What's MC again? What does that mean? Okay, what do you want to know about this guy? I'm not an African hater. I have a good amount of friends from Africa. Thank you very much. Master of Ceremony. Get my words out. Master of Ceremony. Yeah, thanks. So that's a compliment. Where did I get him? Where I was living in the UK, I actually had him in the UK. I had him from a friend who couldn't take care of him anymore. Because what happens is when a buddy gives birth, and it's most cases when it's the first litter, if they don't feel they can take care of their own litter, they'll kill them. And Ghost was the last one left, and I took him away from the person who had the rabbit. So I was only supposed to take him back to mine and find him a good home or something. And the first day I had him, I just couldn't let him go. I just could not let him go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Yeah. No, the rest of the family aren't here right now, and my wife is camera shy and she's in a different part of the house, so I wouldn't be able to get her on. Stuck with us for the moment. It's a pretty big house. We don't own it. It's the house of my wife's family. It's the in-laws. Um, it is a pretty big house. Won't be in here forever, though. Won't be in here forever. Yeah. I mean, I was only just doing the live stream to, talk about the weight loss stuff and everything. But if you guys are just happy to, just hang about, I'm happy to do that for a little bit longer, maybe for like the next 10 minutes or so. Just let you know if you have any other questions for me. So if you go to my YouTube page, to my actual to my homepage, you can find the Buy Me a Coffee. I'm not currently monetized because I've only got like 300 odd subscribers. It's only when you get 1,000 subscribers and I believe 4,000 watch hours that you can get monetized on YouTube. I'm not quite there yet, but yeah, I do have a Buy a Coffee where you can donate like $5 or something like that, and yeah, that'd be muchly appreciated. Plus, I can get some more equipment and that for YouTube, and get some stuff for this journey. Couch 5K, stuff for this little guy. And yeah, he is a boy. He's a good boy. Good boy. Let me move my chair forward a little bit. There you go. There you go. Sorry, boy. My name or the bunny's name? My name is Nigel. My name's Nigel Mayo. The reason it's called Salad Cream Boy is because obviously my last name being the condiment of sorts. It was a nickname given to me by someone I used to work with, and to be honest, I liked it because it's a lot more. It was more clever than a lot of the stuff I've been called in the past, so I just kept it as my own, and yeah, I've used it for different things and started up a YouTube channel from it. Boy. Good boy. I can't. They wouldn't allow me to. So I can only play certain types of music on YouTube. It isn't like TikTok or anything like else. Like anything else, I get copyrighted, and I couldn't have that on my channel. If I have too many of them, I get taken down. So the music I'm playing right now, it's come from a copyright-free site, but there's only certain types of music you can get like that. Otherwise, I'd have companies saying take your music down, take the video down, and it's not something I'm willing to risk for the channel. Who's ashamed? No, I'm not going to make another account like this. It's something I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a brand, and I'm trying to build an audience. It's not something that I take lightly, and part of, at least for my own mental health, it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to be able to keep this. I'm not going to be. I can't make multiple accounts like this. Ashamed about what? How am I ashamed? The hardest part was the start of it. So comment. I'm going to pull this up actually. One moment. Bear with me. With your journey to Couch to 5K, what has been the hardest part so far, and what has been the most rewarding thing so far in the journey? The hardest part was the beginning of it. The absolute nightmare that was all the pain in my legs, all the pain everywhere else. And the most rewarding part of it is the fact that I feel so much better in myself. It's improved my own well-being, it's improved my mental health a bit, made me happier in the fact that I don't get tired anywhere near as much as I do. My back doesn't hurt so much, and I just feel better all the way around. If I play different music, my channel will be taken down, and this video will be taken down. Right. I'm going to leave it there. It's been a nice hangout. I do have to go. Ghost is actually getting a bit nervous. I can start feeling him shaking. So I am going to go, because at the end of the day, it gets dark.